I feel like this is just an early year reminder that Matthew McConaughey is one of the greatest actors working right now. Hey guys, how's it going today? We're back for another review, and today we're doing a review for Guy Ritchie's new film, The Gentleman. Now before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, I'd really appreciate all of that. We're doing a road to 100 subs, so let's get there. Now The Gentleman stars Matthew McConaughey, who basically built himself this marijuana empire in England. But now he feels like it's time for him to move on, time for him to retire, go spend some time with his wife. So this whole movie revolves around him trying to find the best buyer for his business. But that's not it. This movie has a lot of other moving pieces, a bunch of other subplots and storylines that all connect. And it's just overall a pretty well-made movie. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen many Guy Ritchie films. But from what I heard, his movies have a very he puts his own stylistic stamp on his movies. I hear there's a lot of suits and elegance and kind of style in them. England. And honestly, watching this movie, I was like, I see what people are saying about his movies. This movie does feel very stylistic, and I appreciate it for that, for having a style to it. I appreciate it because it adds to the world building. Everything from the costumes, to the set designs, to the way characters act. It all adds to the world building. And basically, it immerses you better into the world because you start to understand these characters and start to understand what kind of world is being built around this story. And considering the fact that he also wrote the screenplay for this film, it's nice to see that, well, from what I heard other people say about his films, is that he's playing to his strengths in this one. Now, he also wrote the screenplay for this film, and what I gotta say, what surprised me about it is that this movie is extremely funny. It's an action comedy, I guess I would call it. And it's about these gangsters in England, and a bunch of intense and serious things happen. But at the same time, it's very funny. It's very funny because of the witty and smart dialogue that he writes. It's very funny because of the scenarios that these characters are put in. It's funny because of how these actors are able to bring these characters to life. A lot of the props go to the actors. I thought everybody did a fantastic job. Now let's talk about the characters. Like I said, Matthew McConaughey is amazing in this film. He plays this gangster boss. He's the main character, but he plays this gangster boss. Like, he's very cool, calm, and collected. Like, he will handle business. But when he snaps, and if you cross him, he will snap, and it will be bad for you. But for majority, he's just like, he's very calm, cool. Somebody that you can talk to, have a conversation, a reasonable conversation. But somebody who's also, when he snaps, he's going to snap at you. Two standouts for me in this film. I think everybody did a good job, but there's two characters specifically that stood out to me. One is Charlie Hunnam. Now, Charlie Hunnam plays Matthew McConaughey's right-hand man. And he's kind of like him. He's kind of very cool, calm, and collective. He knows what he's doing. But at the same time, if he snaps, he snaps. But he also feels like this right-hand man that you can trust, this assistant that will get the job done. And that, like, when things are getting tough, when there's action about to happen, like, you feel like this elegant kind of guy that keeps himself cool, calm, and collective will wreck some shit. And also, like I keep saying, this movie is really funny, and I feel like Charlie Hunnam's character and Charlie Hunnam in general was just really funny in this movie. I really liked his character. Now, my second favorite character, who I would say has the majority of the comedic moments, is Colin Farrell. As soon as that guy steps on screen, like, he steals the show. The guy is funny. The guy is extremely funny. But, just like all the other characters, he will get the job done. Don't mess with him. Don't screw with him. He will get the job done. But he is extremely funny in this movie, and I really liked his presence. Now, some of the other actors that I want to give a massive shout out to are Henry Golding, Michelle Dockery, and Hugh Grant. I thought they all did a fantastic job in this film, specifically Hugh Grant. A lot of the story is told through his character, and I felt like he was fantastic. There's a lot of scenes with him and Charlie Hunnam, and him and Charlie Hunnam kind of go back and forth, and a lot of this fantastic dialogue that Guy Ritchie writes does a lot for both of them, but also two of their great performances do a lot for the characters. And like I said, Charlie Hunnam is one of my standouts from this movie, but again, Hugh Grant was also fantastic. So, combining Guy Ritchie's stylistic directing and the clever screenplay that he wrote, combined with the fantastic acting, this film is very entertaining, very fun, and it's a very good gangster film that I really enjoyed. If I had to rate it, I'll give it like a 4 Matthew McConaughey's out of 5. I don't know what that means, but That's the rating. So let me know what you guys think about the film down in the comments. I'd love to read your guys' opinions about it. Let me know what's your favorite gangster or slash mob film of yours. And yeah, make sure to like, subscribe. Check out some of my other reviews. I'd really appreciate all of that. We're doing a road to 100 subs. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.